Well, my goodness, look who's back. And welcome back, my little chickadees, my little chickens in a biscuit, my little chicken pot pies. I don't know why I say these things. They're just terms of endearment from my funny little mind. And it's all said with love. I am here today with my, I was gonna say sponsor, but that's not true. With my co-reader today, which is Coco the gorilla. And Coco today is sporting an awesome t-shirt that says, I love PBS. I love PBS. And on that note, my understanding is Duck à l'Orange cannot defund PBS because it's not federally funded. That's the last I heard. Now, I did not have a chance to look that up to make sure that's accurate information or not, but you certainly can, and I really do hope it's true because the world needs more PBS and also NPR and less of Duck l'Orange and his ilk. Anyway, so I'm sitting here. I just have a nice fresh pot of herbal tea, some nice honey. Yum. À votre santé. And it's been ages since I have done a reading or done a video, and I was really inspired today. I caught the better part of a show today with Gina Labrie and Valerie Bradshaw, and I just love those ladies. Oh my gosh, they're so wonderful. And it seemed like everybody in the chat, which is normally the case, you know, because all of our community seems to be pretty wonderful. You know, every once in a while we get trolls in there, you know, and but other than that, it's, you know, it's just so much deliciousness, and I'm so happy to be part of this community. It's been, you know, well, since COVID started. So, well, we're looking at around 5 years, 4 or 5 years. Not that I've had my channel operating that whole time. I mean, I had a channel, but I wasn't using it. I'm just blathering now, but I'm so excited to feel inspired, and all the ladies today really inspired me. And so I want to do a couple of things. I am going to give you a reading. I have 3 piles for a pick a card, and I have picked out several different decks, and I laid all their titles and booklets next to me on the side, which are now incapacitated because there's a beautiful black and white tuxedo gentleman who is luxuriously spread across all of my decks. So, and I just do not have enough desktop space to remember all the titles of them, so I'm just going to read them to you. Before that, I want to do a couple of things. I want to let you know that, well, many of you know that I write children's books, but I use my first and middle name as my pen name. It's my real name, I just don't use my last name. And of course, it's not Cat Mama Meow because that's my YouTube handle. And I wrote this first one, well over 10 years ago, 15 years ago. I don't know, it's been a while. It's published in English and in Spanish and in French. And I do have written copies in Thai and Japanese, but those aren't published yet because I need to find the right graphic artist to do those languages, you know, those alphabets or characters. Anyway, so I have had a number of dreams in my life, one of which was, you know, to travel all over the world, and I'm happy to say that I've been to several continents so far. I wanted to be a biologist, and I grew up to be a biologist. And as long as I can remember, I've wanted to be a fairy godmother and grant wishes. And I did do that. I was a Make-A-Wish wish granter for a really long time, 15 or 20 years, thereabouts. It kind of went in, COVID. COVID really changed a lot of people and a lot of lives and a lot of trajectories. But anyway, I loved doing that, and it's not for the faint of heart. It just isn't. But I've also wanted to be my own level of philanthropist, not level, well, high level of philanthropist, like Oprah Winfrey and Bill Gates, that level, that magnitude. And I'm still working on that. I'm kind of, I'm working within my present abundance, and I wish for more. And one of the things I've wanted to do, aside from wish granting, which I am now officially also the Fairy God Possum. I own those domains on the internet. I don't have my website up yet, but eventually there will be a Fairy God Possum website, and that will be for granting wishes. But right now, it's not quite done cooking yet, so it's still in the slow cooker. But one of my other wishes, which I wrote up the plans for, or some plans for, in the very early 90s, is an animal sanctuary called Lives Here Ranch. And that I've always had, but it's been kind of on the back burner. But now I've moved it up, and I am focusing more on that now. And I'm really excited to say that I have had the domain name loveliveshereranch.com for a long time, but now I have a GoFundMe for it, and I'm going to share the GoFundMe QR code with you. And I'm also going to share with you the QR codes for buying my books if you don't want to buy. My books are available on Amazon. I know. I feel the same way. But when I moved from the original publisher, Author House, to Amazon, I didn't know. And I can really feel the people who have Teslas now, because they bought Teslas, not all of them, but a lot of people bought Teslas when they didn't know, and now they know. And some people are, getting rid of their Teslas. Some people, I think, are stuck with them with their, oh my goodness, those trucks. Don't they have some sort of, you can't resell this, some kind of stipulation in their contract? I don't know, it seems kind of crazy. But anyway, so yes, if you don't want to buy my books from Amazon, I do have a Venmo and a PayPal, and I'm going to share those QR codes with you. I had long thought I would move seamlessly from being a biologist to being a full-time, children's book author and philanthropist. And that's still my goal. I'm still working full-time as a biologist, but I also, have my books. My thought has long been that the selling of my books would fund my philanthropy. And when I retired from my job as a biologist, then the money flow for doing, granting wishes and for my animal sanctuary would come from selling my books. So I really do need these books to sell. And I think, with this community, with our community, I think you're the right kind of people to hear about my book and its foreign language iterations. It's about the law of attraction, but it doesn't call it the law of attraction because I didn't want to put off people who think that's too woo-woo. I know it's not woo-woo because I know that it's no less of a law of physics than gravity is. It's just that most people aren't familiar with it. It's like this: for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And a lot of people get that wrong. They think equal and opposite, like if you do 10 pounds of good, then the equal and opposite 10 pounds of bad is going to happen. No. Equal and so if you put 10 pounds of good out there, 10 pounds of good is going to come back to you. It may not look exactly like how you sent it out. It may come back in a different form, a different time, different shape. It may come back in a bundle. It may come back in separate pieces, but that energy will come back to you in equal amounts. So the law of attraction is really important, and I wish I had known this when I was a kid. I'd have done a lot more wish for, making more of my wishes come to fruition. Not that I haven't had a lot of really important ones, because I have. I didn't know that I was doing it, but now I do know. We all have the ability to manifest, and now I just know how to do it better. And so, and the other thing that's important about this book is it's a body positive book. It's about being body positive and knowing that that you're not missing anything, that you are already complete. Your soul is complete. Everything you need is already inside of you. And it's interesting. One of my favorite book readings was done at Barnes and Noble in Sacramento, and or Sacramento area. And this grandmother who brought her little grandson, to Barnes and Noble for their, they have a little area where you could play and read books and stuff. And she had brought him to the book reading and book signing. And she came up to me afterwards, and she had tears in her eyes, and she had 2 copies in her hands. She said, "I'm buying one for my grandson, I'm buying one for myself." And I'm like, "Oh, that's so sweet." She goes, "This is information that I needed to have a long, long time ago, and I will never forget this." And I was like, "Oh, that is exactly what I'm talking about." Hallelujah. I'm so glad. So, a lot of people have asked me what category my books are geared for. Well, they're full color. Here we go. On the Wings of a Pig. Every page of text has a page of associated art. And I think you get out of it what level you're at. If you're a really small person, you're definitely going to get something different out of it than this grandmother got out of it. So while it is a fully illustrated children's book, it's not just for little children who read fully illustrated children's books, plural. So this is On the Wings of a Pig. That's the English version. The second one to come out, and this is the original cover, is Les Ailes du Cochonnet. So this is the French version. And this was translated by a beautiful, wonderful friend of mine, Debbie Skabilas. She's Canadian. So there's kind of a Canadian flavor, French-Canadian flavor to that version. And and here is En las alas de una cerdita. This is the Spanish version, Spanish language version. And this has a little extra flavor too, because this one was translated by a Cuban author. He has authored children's books, poems, and adult literature. So this has a little Cuban Spanish flavor to it. Yeah, well, that's one of my furry children. Yes, use your inside voice, please. That's Nino. He wants some loving. I've got one on one side and one on the other. Over here is Bernie Sanders, and Nino Turner. Okay, so I want to show you the, yes, darling, the Venmo and PayPal QR codes. If you want to buy, let's see if we not get a shadow on it. We'll do this one, Venmo, and this one, PayPal. If you would like to donate money to for the fundraising of, I just lost my train of thought there for a second, for Lives Here Ranch. And if you really don't want to buy from Amazon, we could work something out where I can send you a copy, even a signed copy, if you like. We'll have to work on that one-on-one. Also, I want to show you, this is my temporary logo for Lives Here Ranch, and this has a QR code for the GoFundMe. So let's see here. Can you see? Oh, I got that reflection. Oh, there we go. Lives Here Ranch. This is my first love of my life, Sydney Marie. She passed over the Rainbow Bridge many, many, many years ago. But I had always envisioned her as my logo. In repose, too. And here is the QR code for the GoFundMe. And if this doesn't work or you don't have a QR reader, then you could go to GoFundMe and type in Love Lives Here Ranch. Love Lives Here Ranch. And you can donate that way and be part of the wonderful community bringing this animal sanctuary to fruition. Okay, so let's see, where do we want to, yes sir, yes sir. There are people, you're interrupting their show. You're interrupting, sir. You're so handsome, it's a good thing you're so cute. Okay. Oh, I want to do another thing really quickly. Because I believe in our community and I love us supporting each other. You know, I'd love for you to support my ventures like I like to support yours. And so I want to give you some examples of community members whose work I support too, and very happily so. This is the One World Tarot by the fabulous Lena Rodriguez and the wonderful Sienna Rose. And this is illustrated by Alexandra Philippek. Okay, so this is a beautiful, wonderful tarot deck created by two members of our community. And this is a children's book by a lovely member of our community, written and illustrated by Ruth Baird, and it's I Love You 10. I Love You 10. Such a sweet, nice lady. And from another very sweet, nice lady called Unveiling the Extraordinary, a Comanche Psychic Medium's Journey Through Life, Death, and Beyond by our lovely Linda Grindle, or Linda G. So, I'm showing you all of these because I love our community and I love our support of each other, and so I want to be able to share what I've got to share and what some of our other community members have to share. And I'm happy to share other works if people let me know about them and I get my paws on them. Okay, so I think I've rambled enough about that. What I've done here today is a 3 card piles. And in each pile, 1, 2, and 3, there's 3 cards. And I've used, I think, about 5 or 6 different decks. Each one of them has my go-to deck, which is by Dr. Farmer, and it's the Power Animals Oracle cards. And this is the first deck I bought for myself many, many, many moons ago. And I bought it directly from Dr. Farmer. And he even signed it. And yeah, my name's Claudia. And I love this. I love this. It's not my first deck. My first deck was given to me. And it was a Doreen Virtue set that I have still. Goddesses. This is the first one I bought for myself, and I really just, it's means a lot to me. Okay, so the first pile also has a little Dalmatian Jasper star on it. The second pile has rhodonite, a rhodonite star on it. And the third pile has a yellow jasper star on it. So, Dalmatian jasper is pile 1. Rhodonite is pile 2. And yellow jasper is pile 3. Now you could pick 1, 2, 3, all of them, some of them, none of them, whatever feels right to you. Okay, are you ready? Have you got your piles in mind that you want to choose? So here we go. This is pile number 1. And this card is card number 15, Key, K-E-Y, and it says, new beginnings, directions and adventures await for those ready to let go of the past. Yeehaw, yes. Yep. The past is in the past. We're not looking that way. We're not going that way. Excellent. The next card is card 55, write a gratitude list. I have done this so many times in my life, I'm worn out of writing gratitude list. but it does have, you know, good energy on it. So card number 55, write a gratitude list. Okay, and the last card in pile 1, raccoon, resourcefulness. You have all the resources you need. I know, and a lot of times we don't feel like that's true, but it is because it's inside of you. You're a powerful manifester. You may just not know it, but we manifest both what we want and what we don't want. So the concept here is to focus on what you do want. Less talking about how you don't like something or someone, more talking about what you do like, what you do enjoy, what makes you happy. It's not always easy to be in a happy mood, but you can change your thoughts. You can change the channel on your thoughts to at least something a little better, right? It could be something as simple as puppies, which is something I taught a friend of mine to do a long time ago. Whenever his mind started to wander in a negative, you don't have to pick something deep. Just pick something good that makes you happy. And if it means puppies, then puppies it is. Whatever it is to trigger you to change the trajectory of your thoughts, the energy of your thoughts. You're a powerful manifester, so you might as well put your energy toward your desired outcome, right? Okay. All right, now we're going on to pile 2 with the rhodonite. All right, first card says, use your discernment. See the truth, be guided, trust your inner knowing. Yes, 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 yes. Trust your inner knowing. I think these cards are backwards. Are they backwards? Oh, man. Well, I mean, they're not backwards, but they're looking backwards. I'm sorry if that's the case. I can't really tell if which you're seeing and what you're not seeing. Okay, the next one is card number 2, flamingo. And flamingo says fun. And that's really important. Having fun might seem unimportant or inappropriate in these current political times. But we do ourselves a disservice when we get sucked into all of that negativity. And we don't help ourselves or anybody else either if we're festering on things. We better serve ourselves and others by focusing on things that make us feel good. And having fun is extremely important. It really is. Changing your energy and enjoying your life is invaluable, really. Okay, and the animal card here is Pelican, forgiveness. Let go of your judgments. Let go of your judgments. Yeah, that can be really tricky too, because we weren't really taught this, or at least most of us weren't really taught about learning how to forgive and learning not how to not be judgmental. And I still notice myself doing it, and when I do, I'm like, gosh, that's not really me. I learned that along the way, but it's not really me. And then I find something positive to think or feel about, let's just say, a person. Like if I'm feeling judgy about a person, and sometimes it's so petty, I don't even know where it comes from, because it's not coming from my heart. So then I actually do what does feel right, and I go, well, you know, they are really good at this, you know, or really, really nice when they did that, right? And in terms of forgiveness, and this is something that I didn't know until well into adulthood, that forgiving does not mean you're saying that something that somebody did was okay. Forgiving is something you do for yourself, to let go of the negative energy, to let go of the pain. It doesn't serve us to hold on to that negativity. It only poisons us. It doesn't poison them. So we forgive for us to let go. Doesn't matter about them. It's for us. It's a gift we give ourselves, forgiveness. All right, and pile 3 with the yellow jasper star. First card is card number 7, cracker. And by cracker, they mean the kinds you pull apart that pop, as opposed to cracker. It says, positive energy surrounds you. Love, joy, and good fortune await. Yeehaw! That's what I'm talking about right there. Heck yeah. Yes. Love, joy, and good fortune await. I'll take it, and I hope you take it too. All right. Okay. So if you had any questions about a particular timeline on something, this card is a timeline card. And whatever it was that you were wondering about, the card says within a year. Within a year. And I think this is a good time to say, this is for entertainment purposes only. We're just reading cards, just reading energy, just enjoying some beautiful crystals. All right, and the last card in pile 3 is Raven, magic. Own your power. Oh, the Corvids are such smart birds, and they're so awesome. And yes, own your power. And what's one way of doing that? Realizing that you're a powerful manifester. Realizing that there's really only one thing that you can control in this world, and that's your attitude. And if you're anything like me, I had to train myself to notice when I was thinking and feeling negative thoughts, and train myself to shift, to change the dial, thereby empowering myself by becoming a powerful manifester for that which I want, as opposed to that which I don't want. Because remember, the law of attraction gives you more of whatever it is that's your predominant energy, your predominant focus, right? So if you're predominantly aggravated, then you're going to get a lot more aggravation coming your way. If you're predominantly, I don't know, just maybe just happy, then you get more happiness your way. You know, pick whatever emotion or feeling or situation, whatever's dominant, more that's coming your way. That's a law of attraction. So I had picked a card for the overall reading, and this card, and it's really beautiful. It says, harmonize in the now, sync with the rhythm and wisdom of the universe. Beautiful card. And you know, the now is all there is. You can't go back to the past. You can't go ahead to the future. The now is right now, and that's all we have. Well, we can think positive for the future and plan positive for the future, but right now is what counts the most. How do you feel right now? What are you doing right now? Harmonize. Sync with the rhythm and wisdom of the universe. Now, lest we forget, this is Cat Mama Meows Do Drop In. So we do, of course, have an adult beverage establishment. And as has been tradition, although sometimes we forget, it gets busy in the pub, we have our adult beverage of the day or the night. Now we have these wonderful cards called Cocktail Party, and they're playing cards, but they are also cards with adult beverages on them and how to make them. And I pulled a card for us for this reading, and it's for this day, this night, and it sounds lovely. It's a mint julep, and it's the Queen of Diamonds. Queen of Diamonds. Mint julep. Oh, it sounds so refreshing. Let me read it to you. The ingredients are 1.5 ounces of bourbon, splash of soda, 1 teaspoon of sugar, fresh mint sprigs. Then you turn it upside down, and it has the directions. And the directions say, mix sprigs of mint with sugar and splash of soda. Fill frozen 10-ounce glass with fine ice and pour in bourbon. Decorate with 2 sprigs of mint, slices of orange, and lemon. They should have put slices of orange and lemon on the ingredients. But this sounds divine. I'm going to read this again. Mix sprigs of mint with sugar and splash of soda. Fill frozen 10-ounce glass with fine ice and pour in bourbon. Decorate with 2 sprigs of mint, slices of orange, and lemon. I could have one of those right now. I'm not even a big bourbon fan, but it sounds delightful. Maybe I could put, I don't know, some Irish whiskey in it instead. I'm sure that would be fine. Uh-oh, I just dropped it on the floor. Sorry, card. Well, I think I have addressed everything I wanted to do. I wanted to provide a reading for anyone who was looking for one. I wanted to talk about my books and that I sell them to make money for my causes. Oh, and by the way, I didn't tell you, but in Los State, una Serodita, it says in here that the a portion of the proceeds of the sales of these books will, be given to entities that are trying to get families back together. Now, this started with the families at the border that a certain orange felon had separated their families during his first regime, and it's still true now. So a portion of any of the author royalties, not the publishers, but a portion of what I get will go to different nonprofits that help get families separated by the regime back together. Okay, well, I think I addressed everything. Just want to remind you too, again, about being on Team Love Lives Here Ranch. And in the state of California, a nonprofit needs to have a board of directors. You can have minimally one in California. But I am putting together a team of supporters. It'll be a team of volunteers, and that would include board members would be volunteers, but volunteers on location when we have a location. And also because I'll have to have staff to help take care of the animals. My mind just went right to the location and what it'll look like, and I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, about raising funds and what funds will go to. Yeah, I think that's what I was talking about. But I have the GoFundMe. I have a nest egg that I've been working on for a while already. And I will need to buy property. We'll need to buy property. And by we, I mean me and Bernie and Nina, who are napping on all of the oracle card boxes and books right here so peacefully with their arms wrapped around each other. Yes, buy property and either build or buy structures, you know, for the animals. And the animals that I want to focus on, but it's not limited to, but is a priority, would be animals that are least likely to be adopted. And sanctuary, well, you know, like animal adoption entities will often say that the least likely to get adopted animals are the elderly and those with special needs and those that aren't attractive, traditionally attractive, which is a ridiculous concept. And that means maybe a cat or a dog, or anyway, maybe just having one eye or no eyes, having 3 legs or 2 legs and using wheels. So the way I picture it is going to shelters and saying, who has been here the longest? Doesn't matter if it's a cat or a dog or a rabbit or a guinea pig or a hamster or a gecko, whatever, who's been here the longest? And then hopefully bringing that individual back to the sanctuary while they will live out the rest of their life happy and cared for with proper nutrition, with proper medical care, in safety and in love. It's not an adoption place. It is a forever home. They will never have to worry again about if they're going to be taken care of properly, if they'll be loved, if they'll have a home. Love Lives Here Ranch will be that. So I'm happy to have, you know, this wonderful community be part of what I'm trying to build here. You know, it takes a village. And I love our village that we have. So I've been yammering and yammering. Anyway, it's so good to be back. Missed you all. And please do let me know your thoughts. Put them in the comment section below. And I will also put in the comment section the GoFundMe information. And also the Amazon link for the books. I know. But that's, you know, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I don't, you know, I gotta work with what I have. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for coming here. And may this all be to your highest, wisest, and greatest good and to the most benevolent outcome. Thy will be done, so be it. Amen. Namaste, my peeps. Bye. Say bye, boys. Oh, they're napulating now.